Now I can go all the way back on Tyler Shough to Hamilton High School. He's sitting on the floor in a little white t-shirt with the arms cut off, so it looks like he's got big old biceps, even though he's a high school dopey little kid. Now here he is married. He's at Louisville. He's going to stay healthy this year. He's going to be in the NFL. And if he's not, it's fine. It's fine, but I believe he's going to be there. So it's time to just chop it up. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. We've been loving Louisville so far. So we've been here for 4 or 5 months, and already we've gone to the Kentucky Derby, had spring ball, went to the PGA Championship, got married. It's been a lot going on, but we've been kind of hit the ground running when we first got here, and it's been really good. I've loving the coaches, loving the place, so can't complain.
I love how you went through. I went to the PGA Championship, the Kentucky Derby. Oh, and I got married.
Yeah.
That
So
is.
yeah, I mean, there was a lot of events. It was all a blur for sure. But no, it was the coaches and Jordan, my wife, they were great about just moving here and planning a wedding and having the wedding during spring ball, basically on one of the off weekends. So it was kind of crazy, but we got it done and it was amazing. So it worked out.
What can she do athletically that you can't outside of working out? Like when you guys play golf or pickleball or whatever sport you play that you're just.
She actually is really good at golf for like kind of a beginner. So she'll sometimes like we'll be playing the scrambling together, and I'll have to use her ball sometimes because hit it into the woods and she hits it straight and pretty good. So that really pisses me off.
In all seriousness, going back on your journey, if I had told you that, look, when you're sitting on the floor that day at Hamilton, and it's right in the middle of the hazing scandals, you and Jawar Jordan are sitting in front of me. I remember I said to you, you've got to be the leader. But oh, by the way, your journey is going to take you to a commitment in North Carolina, but then it's not going to work out. But then you're going to go to Oregon, but you're going to reopen your recruitment. And you had other schools interested, and you're going to go to Texas Tech, and you're going to meet this girl at Oregon to be a soccer player. And by the way, you're going to end up at Louisville, and you're going to have some injuries you got to fight through. You can't script it.
No, not at all. I mean, it's kind of all of a bigger plan. I mean, you can't expect to go in one place and you don't know what God has in store for you. And I think that's the beauty of it is because you have to go in every single day and work like you're going to be the guy, like things are going to work out, and then you have to react and how you respond to that, and you keep fighting, and then one day you're going to get your chance, and one day you're going to make the most of it. But that's why I don't have any regrets with it because I am who I am because of it. I know there's still a lot left on my journey.
Take us from Oregon through Texas Tech to Louisville.
From Oregon, I felt like that was the best decision. Just after that, like you said, and I wanted to go somewhere where I could be on a great coaching staff and compete right away to play and earn it, and really have a good chance. And Texas Tech was that opportunity, and it was a great situation. And we had a really good offensive coordinator and coach. And then that fourth game of the year against Texas, broke my collarbone on a freak injury, diving into the end zone for a touchdown. That next year, new staff got hired, and I was contemplating whether I should stay or not because it's like, well, I mean, I don't know these guys at all, and we had a really good conversation, and I was kind of confident in my abilities and who I was, and stayed and competed for the starting job and earned it. And then that first game back, kind of two dudes jumped on my back to tackle me and rode me to the ground and broke that same collarbone just in a freak way, soul crushing. It's like, what is going on?
Mm-hmm.
But kind of still persevered and was able to rehab back and be able to play in those last 4 or 5 games, and start those games. And we ended up going undefeated and then winning the Texas Bowl against Ole Miss. And that was, one of my favorite moments of my career. And then contemplating whether I should go out or not, where I can increase my draft stock, that whole question. And there was and eventually coming back. But if I knew I was going to what was going to happen this next year, breaking my leg in another freak way. We started the year kind of up and down. So it was really testing for sure. And I couldn't have done it without the people around me and that support system. But you kind of learn really quick that this is not always going to go the way you want it. And you had to be able to rebound and get to that next position and keep fighting.
You could have looked at coming back to Arizona, but you decided to go to Louisville. Why Louisville?
I think it was the best opportunity to increase my draft stock and be a part of a really good offense with the Brahms and just kind of their history with the quarterbacks. I talked to Arizona State briefly. Wasn't really much as interest, I say, with compared to other schools from their standpoint. And I was kind of open to go anywhere. But I think Louisville was kind of the best overall opportunity with football offense situation wise.
So walk me through, and for the audience through that may not know, academically, you've killed it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's been a blessing in disguise for sure, being at multiple universities and just being able to kind of stay in college longer. I got at Oregon, I double majored in criminal justice and political science there, and I graduated in 3 years, and then was able to grad transfer to Texas Tech, and then at Texas Tech, I got my master's in interdisciplinary studies, and then that next year, I got a business certificate as well. So it was really blessed to kind of be able to get those 3 or 4 degrees. And then here at Louisville, it's kind of I'm taking a little bit more of a well-deserved school vacation now because I'm a little I'm a little schooled out. So I'm taking women in hip hop and like nutrition here.
That's so great.
So
It's great. You have a sense of humor about it. Football ends, when football does end, what do you want to do? Do you know?
I think I have a lot of the kind of in my back pocket, that coaching and teaching connection with a lot of the relationships I've built. I'd love to get into sports broadcasting or media as well, and then we'll kind of see how it goes from there. Hopefully, the rest of this year and going into continuing the NFL. But like you said, it's going to end, and um, who knows? Whenever I was at Oregon, I used to wanted to get into the federal government and work as an FBI agent, or and had some connections through that. So right now, I'm kind of leaning towards teaching and coaching.
If you get into coaching, are you going to be Mark Tucker type coach? Coach
I think I'll be a little bit of a mix of all my former coaches. It's some Mark Tucker and some of my college coaches, but I'll still be myself. Still like to have fun though.
Appreciate the time. Good luck to you this year. We will be keeping an eye on you at Louisville. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Brad.
There's Tyler Shough.